Hi everyone, thank you for watching this video. In this video I'm going to talk about posture. Posture is a very hot topic these days and many of you guys are looking to understand what can be the best posture for you. As we can see, most of us are working and doing some daily activity through the day, and in some extent if you have any injury in terms of most specifically like your back or upper back or your neck, and if you visit your physician or your GP or your chiropractor or physio, they suggest you to watch your posture. In this video, I'm going to explain for you what are the things that you should actually understand about posture, and do we have something as a best posture to copy or not. If you've never been in this channel, my name is Bob, I'm a physical therapist, and the purpose of this channel is to help people like yourself with simple tips on exercise and rehab protocol to improve their condition and recover. But today I'm going to talk about what is the problem being so focused about posture. What happens in real life, we do our daily work like on a computer, in a seated position or a standing position, you do wash the dishes, you cook, you do your daily activity, you go out for a run and etc. And in some stage in life, you get a sore back, sore neck or shoulder, and the first thing that we do usually is to type on a Dr. Google and search what can that be. Or if you're a little bit more kind of like want to get it sorted quicker, you go straight away to your physio or your GP. And what they're gonna in most cases tell you, and this is what my patient telling me, that they've been told them that they didn't have a good posture, and they suggest them some sort of exercise to start and improve their posture. That's totally fine. But the issue with this is that when we understand that whether is that a good posture exists as such as a picture, because you will get that image that this is the best posture and I have to be in a very straight line. My neck, shoulder, and back and hip should be in a straight line. And this is what I see hugely in YouTube, on media, that being promoted as a good posture. But unfortunately, it is wrong. And what a study and research support is that we can't really promote a picture as a posture for everybody, because we are human, we are adaptable, and every single person has a different lifestyle. And based on that lifestyle, their body shape will be different. And one of the biggest problems with this issue is that when you're getting that picture in your mind that I should be always in very perfect and basically posture that they showed you as a person, like straight up, chest up, shoulder wide open, and neck should be straight, and literally you working like a machine. Like if you're typing, you're basically typing like that. And if you're lifting something, you're not gonna basically bend your back, you're gonna be bending like that. Even if you're picking up your, I don't know, pen. And what's gonna happen, I'm gonna explain it to you now. If you're thinking about this logically, the first thing that happens with your body, as soon as you start to hold your body like that for 8-10 hours when you're, let's say, seated or working standing on a standing desk, the first problem is that these muscles at the back, they're gonna get overworked, and basically they're gonna be in that tense position for that period of time that you're holding them. And unfortunately, that's not gonna be a good thing at the end of the day, because in some stage, you need to bend forward and pick up something, and then you will realize, actually my back is worse than what it used to be. And you will lose that mobility and you will have more muscle spasm in your back. The second problem with this issue is that if you are holding yourself in that such state and keeping your back so tense and straight, the issue is that can you really breathe properly in that position? And what I can tell you, you can actually try this at home and just stay in this position and see, can you actually take a deep breath? Because while you're holding all of those muscles, your diaphragm and your upper chest muscle are going to be tense as well, and you're not going to give yourself actually the chance to breathe, which means I've got so many messages from people who are watching my video and they're telling me, Bob, you have a very bad posture. But I would always challenge them and tell them, like, what does the bad posture mean, you know? And because at the end of the day, if you're comfortable, if you're pain-free, and if you don't have any issue, the way that you're sitting is not necessarily kind of shows people what is the good or bad posture anyway. But breathing, it can be definitely deficited if you're sitting so much upright and basically you don't get that diaphragm works for you, which means if you just gently relax, now I can actually breathe and let my body to actually use those muscles. And the last but not the least problem with this issue is that with holding your body in that state, you actually lose your trust about your back, and that creates some sort of fear of movement for you. Which means in some stage in your life, if you are going to lift something heavy from the floor, or if you are lifting some weights in the gym, you always have this picture that I have to brace and engage my core, get my chest up. And unfortunately, that's not a really good state to be, because we are human, we are adaptable and we movable, which means our body actually adapt to what you do. And unfortunately, this kind of adaptation is not going to help you in the long run to be in a better state. And more specifically, in terms of pain, it actually can make things worse if you have a basically sore back or sore neck, etc. And this is very common with many of my patients that I actually consult them online, and I tell them that actually, what do you think about your posture? And they always mention that, yeah, I watch my posture, I try to sit upright, and I try to keep my shoulder open up and keep my chest open. And I tell them, is that feels comfortable? And in most cases, actually, they don't feel comfortable. And that's the huge disadvantages. In this video, guys, I'm gonna share with you a couple of tips and routine of exercises that can help you to improve your overall posture. When I'm talking about overall posture, it's not necessary to get you in that position. Not really. Now, if you look at the nature of the activity that we do in most cases, we are always doing things in frontal plane, which means here in front of us, which means we type, we wash dishes, we eat, we drive, we lift things from here, which means a lot of this basically flexor muscle are basically working in this basically position. But at the same time, our back muscles are literally getting lengthened, and in some cases can get weaker. And that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Not necessarily for your posture, for overall strength and mobility. What we're trying to do in this routine, I'm gonna share with you a routine of exercises can actually help you to strengthening the muscle that they get weaker and lengthen at the back, and at the same time open up these muscles to give you more basically movement and mobility in your daily activity. And these exercises shouldn't be done for a period of time, guys. Always remember that if you are going to follow a routine, it doesn't mean that you should follow this routine for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. And my patient always asking me, Bob, how long should I follow this exercise? Exercise is something that it should be part of your life, guys. And that would be my answer, which means no matter you have pain or you don't have any pain, you are meant to do some sort of daily activity as part of your routine, which means exercises and strengthening exercises are a must for your daily activity. Put it into your routine as short as 15 to 20 minutes, and that would give you a huge advantages in terms of pain and strength. Let's get started. All right, guys, I'm gonna start this routine with wall angels, which is a very simple but effective exercise to open up your chest and actually get a little bit of stretch on your chest. And in the same time, it gives you some sort of mobility on your shoulder. How are you gonna do this? I'm gonna show you 2 different versions and you can give it a try. The first one, you can actually use the door, wherever you feel comfortable, you can stay there. And what you're trying to do, you're trying to keep your back as close as possible to the door, which means don't leave too much space on your back. And you're trying to get your back and chest upright and bring your arms up and down. Initially, even getting to this position can be a little bit difficult. We might be around here, but what you want to try, don't worry about that. You want to basically get that movement around your shoulder and like basically slowly build up to the point that actually you can connect your arms to the door as well. Now, I'm going to show you the same routine on the ground, which can be an easier version for you to start with, and then you can progress it to this routine. For the seated position of wall angels, I'm going to show you how to do it on the ground and you can give it a try. You're going to lie on your back and try to relax your arms next to your body. And what we're trying to do the same movement, which means you want to bring your arms over your head, slow it down, breathe in, and breathe out. As you can see here, my hands come off the ground. You can open up your arms a little bit more, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. You can practice this movement for 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12. Try it on a lying position and slowly build it up on standing on the door. The next move that I'm going to show you guys is going to be a seated or standing row. I'm going to show you how you can do it in a seated position, and you can actually do the same thing in a standing position. Now, you need some sort of basically resistance band, or even you can use a towel. That's totally an option. I'm going to show you how to give it a try, and you can basically start this routine. What this exercise does, it works on your back muscle, and these are the muscles that actually can get weaker over time. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to strengthen these muscles. Now the movement, it basically pull your shoulder back and open up your chest at the same time, but it's not necessarily is the movement that to hold you in that position. No, but we want to work on those muscles and actually strengthen those muscles. You can do this in a seated position. As you can see, I keep my elbows next to my body, and we're gonna do 3 sets of 8 to 12. You can go all the way to 15 if you find 12 is easy. And there are different type of resistance band, guys. I leave a link underneath of this video. You can basically order them online. They're pretty handy, and I would suggest everybody to have them at home. Now, these are kind of like a little bit more stronger average resistance band that we have it in market, but they basically help you to do the same thing. Work on your own level, which means if you find the blue or black color is challenging, you can start with the lighter color and try this exercise. This is an amazing, guys, exercise that actually can help you to strengthen your upper and your lower back. Give it a try. We're going to move on to rotation. Rotation is as simple as this movement without involving your hip, which means if you're even in a seated position, you can actually practice this movement. I'm going to show you in a variety, and you can give it a try. You basically want to get this movement, and this is something we don't usually do, because what happens in reality, when you stand up, you basically rotate with your whole hip, which means that would be the rotation that we do. We don't want that. We want actually your upper back move, and this exercise helps your upper back and your neck mobility. This is the simplest way that you can try. You don't want to hold it there for too long. It's more like a movement than a stretch. You want to breathe in and out. Now, you can do this in a kneeling position, which means you can do that, bring the hands in, or if you find that's too challenging, you can start with the elbow. As you can see, my hip doesn't move, and I'm breathing in and out. Change arms, bring it in, back up again. All right, you can do the same thing on a lying on the side, hands here. What we're trying to do, we're trying to basically rotate, call it bow and arrow, relax your neck, and basically you can try this for both sides. The rotation movement, it's a great exercise for you to actually open up your chest and your shoulder and get that mobility. Try this exercise for 3 sets of 8 to 12 for both sides. Make sure to create some sort of time for yourself on a daily basis, which means, let's say 15 minutes every day I want to do and stick to this routine, and that helps you to actually have a plan. The next move that we're going to do is going to be a pull movement. It works on your upper back muscle, and at the same time it engages your shoulder, which means a movement that helps you with your mobility and the strength at the same time. I'm going to show you how to do it, and you can give it a try. You're going to use a resistance band or towel. You can basically hold it in this position while you're doing this movement. You're going to lie on your tummy, and you can basically keep your body in a slight hyperextension, and your hand's going to be forward, and you're going to pull it back. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Now, when you do this movement, guys, you have to pull this at the same time and pull it back. Now, if you can't do it in basically lying position, you can do the same thing in seated position, which means what you're going to do, you're going to go over your head. You're going to breathe in. I can feel it between my shoulder blade, and you go that. Give it a try, and you can definitely feel your upper back muscle actually working. All right, guys, I'm going to move on to external rotation of the shoulder. Why are we doing external rotation? Because when you look at it, due to sitting in that position, what happened in your shoulder, that your shoulder goes to basically internal rotation, and that creates some sort of like movement in the shoulder that could cause you injury in time. Now, we are trying to basically open up and activate those muscles that can help you, your rotator cuff and your shoulder, and help those muscles strong. I'm going to show you with the resistance band, and you can give it a try. You can wrap this resistance band around the door, like literally, I suppose, pick up the color that you feel comfortable, and you can literally use it. Now, what we're trying to do, we're trying to create that external rotation in the shoulder, which means, as you can see, I'm literally bringing my arms to the external rotation. I keep the elbows next to my body and open up that. Now, I'm gonna show you in 3 different ways that you can try this. You can basically do this even here or even here, which means we try to challenge it. If you find that is difficult, you can loosen up the resistance band a little bit, you know, and hold it that way and play around with it. Like as you can see, if I find that is very difficult, I bring my elbow a little bit lower and I work around it here. If you find that is actually challenging, I bring my elbow next to my body more and I get closer to the door and create that external rotation. I try this for both sides. If you find it is easier, bringing your elbows up, that would be the next level, which means slowly you can build up that overhead, basically external rotation. Now, I would definitely suggest you to get one of these resistance bands at home. They're simple, but very effective for you to be able to stick to this plan. The last exercise that I'm going to show you guys is going to be pull apart, which you need a resistance band, and this exercise works on your lower rhomboid muscle. I'm going to show you how to do it, and you can give it a try. You need to basically create a knot on the resistance band, and what you could do, you can literally hang it on the door like that, and that keep that tight and nice. What we're trying to do, we're trying to basically hold the resistance band above your knuckles, both sides. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to create that pull apart movement, which means we want to open up the shoulder and squeeze the shoulder blade at the back. And when you look at it, I'm going to breathe in, breathe out. Now, this exercise literally open up your chest, but at the same time, strengthen your upper back. I'm going to show you one more round. Now, based on your own strength, guys, pick up the color that you feel comfortable. And if you have even one color, you can make it a little bit shorter to make it a little bit stronger. Now, you can try this exercise for 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. Give it a go and let me know if you need any help. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any question, leave me a comment. If you need more assistance, book an online consultation with me. I would be happy to sit down with you for an hour and go through a customized plan for you and get you started. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, like that button, and I see you guys in next week. Have a great day.